My goodness, the rich get richer. The 49ers have added another quality edge rusher in Randy Gregory, a trade with the Denver Broncos. Now, just to explain things, I know some people were confused. It had appeared that Gregory would be released, but before the Broncos released him, the 49ers called up Denver and said, wait. We don't want every other team to have a chance to sign this guy. We'll trade for him. So they traded a nominal amount for Randy Gregory. They're sending a 6th-round pick to Denver, and Denver's sending a 7th-round pick back. And in case you haven't checked lately, the 49ers are really good and the Broncos suck. So it's going to be, in all likelihood, a low 6th-round pick that the 49ers are giving up and a high 7th-round pick that they're getting back from the Broncos, a matter of probably only a few spots in the draft. So essentially free acquisition of Randy Gregory via the trade market for the 49ers, who still have 11 picks in the 2024 draft. And from a financial perspective, Denver's paying Randy Gregory's contract this year. So the 49ers only have to pay the vet minimum portion of that, the prorated vet minimum portion of that. They're getting Randy Gregory for $840,000 this year. On top of that, he's still under team control. The contract runs through 2026. So for 2024, 2025, and 2026, Randy Gregory remains under 49ers team control with no guaranteed money. So they can cut him after this season ends, or they have some leverage, right? That they can decide to trade him, or they can keep him, or they can renegotiate his deal. The bottom line is that it looks a lot like Christian McCaffrey's contract that the 49ers acquired last season ahead of the trade deadline. No guaranteed money beyond this season, full team flexibility. How about the 49ers? This is the most aggressive front office in the league as far as making in-season trades, and they literally have a 100% success rate when it comes to the success of these in-season trades. Here's the track record. Laken Tomlinson, 2017, turned into a productive guard for the 49ers after they acquired him from Detroit. Jimmy Garoppolo turned into a productive quarterback for the 49ers after they acquired him in 2017 from the New England Patriots. 2019, Emmanuel Sanders, that was a trade with Denver, turned into a very productive receiver for the 49ers during their Super Bowl run in 2019. Jordan Willis, pick swap with the New York Jets in 2020, brought the defensive lineman over. He turned into a huge contributor for the 49ers in one of their most famous moments. He had the block of the punt in 2021 at Green Bay Lambeau Field in the playoffs. Charles Omenihu, 2021 season trade. He became a big-time contributor for the 49ers along the defensive line, signed a contract worth $10 million annually, and gave the 49ers a comp pick when he left to Kansas City. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey was the big fish in 2022. Huge trade. A lot of very misinformed people said that wouldn't be a good trade for the 49ers. Anytime you can add one of the best players in all football for less than the cost of a first-round pick, I mean, even if they had to send 3 first-round picks over for McCaffrey, it would have been worth it. But they didn't even pay a first-rounder, and they got Christian McCaffrey on the team. That obviously worked out in 2022. Now, at the end of that 100% success rate, the 49ers bring in Randy Gregory. And just to give you some background, 9th year in the league, Randy Gregory was the same draft class as Eric Armstead, who couldn't say enough good things about him just now in the locker room. Trent Williams couldn't say enough good things about Randy Gregory in the locker room, and Williams has gone up against him. He gave the 49ers, Gregory did a lot of trouble in 2021 with Dallas, and then he moved over, signed a big money deal with Denver, and gave the 49ers trouble in 2022. And Randy Gregory, even after he got paid, played his best football with the Denver Broncos. His only bad year, really, production-wise on the field, has been the first 4 games of this season, which is why the 49ers got him at such a discount. But Trent Williams talks about this is the guy that fits our team perfectly, plays with his hair on fire, 100% until the whistle. That's the kind of effort that Chris Kaczmarek needs. And Kaczmarek actually signed off on this trade. He watched the tape for Randy Gregory over the first 4 games of this season for a terrible Broncos team. It was a bad situation for Denver. And he said, yep, I'm ready to trade for this guy. And again, it's no cost for the 49ers. They've done all kinds of these very low-cost flyer moves. This is one of them. $840,000 is what they owe him this year. It's the league minimum. They can cut him after, but it's an extremely high upside move considering the fact that this guy's 19.5 career sacks. Then I go through his pass rush productivity ratings. This guy was up to number 4 in the league, behind only like Bosa and Myles Garrett and, the top guys, DJ Watt, last season. But the season was cut short for Randy Gregory because of the knee injury. So he only played 6 games, but he was playing his best football after signing for big money with the Broncos. So it's not like this guy got paid and they just started taking some time off. Some people are bringing up character issues with Randy Gregory because he has missed a significant amount of time due to substance abuse suspensions. I think it was the marijuana policy that he violated, or that the drug test found that he violated. It's been several seasons since the last time that Randy Gregory was suspended for that reason. And if you talk to somebody like Trent Williams or Kyle Shanahan today, they say that there's been no problem with this guy as a teammate in the past with either the Cowboys or the Denver Broncos. So he hasn't been a locker room issue at all as far as detracting from the locker room. And as far as the suspension history goes, well, this is, again, a no-cost move for the 49ers. League minimum salary, $840,000. Now, Eric Armstead implied that the 49ers are probably going to release Kerry Hyder Jr., the veteran who's been so good for them on the outside and on the inside to make room for Randy Gregory. So that's going to be a corresponding move that probably won't be finalized until Saturday. I'm guessing that the 49ers, if they can, will try to re-sign Kerry Hyder Jr. to the practice squad. But, and Eric Armstead made it a point to say, Kerry Hyder Jr. has done a lot for this football team over the years. 2020, 8.5 sacks. Then it was with Seattle in 2021 where he got paid a little bit more. Came back in 2022, played a lot of defensive tackle when the 49ers needed it last year. And now is playing defensive end for the 49ers, and we'll see if they could keep him around through the practice squad. But obviously, limited roster move means they had to do something to fit Randy Gregory on this football team, who gives them that bookend to Nick Bosa. We talk about this defense and potential weaknesses. While I still think that cornerback position is something to keep an eye out for. That's some, spot where the 49ers probably will need some depth to go with. Charvarius Ward's been dealing with the heel injury. They're playing Ambry Thomas on some of these nickel situations when they slide Diomero Lenore inside. So you could always use more cornerback depth. You can always use more edge rushing depth. Good teams can never have too many good pass rushers. The 49ers have lived and died, and they've done a lot more living than dying by that philosophy, which is why they brought in Randy Gregory, the former second rounder, somebody with 20 career sacks. This is nothing to scoff at. I mean, the connections to Randy Gregory go back deep, right? Randy Gregory is the player who injured Jimmy Garoppolo in the 2021 playoff game against the Cowboys, incurred the shoulder injury on Jimmy Garoppolo. That shoulder injury is why Jimmy ultimately had to undergo surgery, and that surgery prevented Jimmy from being traded, which allowed Jimmy to re-sign with the 49ers. Garoppolo then built the ideal bridge from Trey Lance to Brock Purdy. So you could trace it in a roundabout way all the way back to Randy Gregory, who's given the 49ers blockers a whole lot of trouble, not only in that game, but then also in 2022 against Denver when he notched a sack of Jimmy Garoppolo. So, hey, sometimes football works out in weird circular ways, but now Randy Gregory will be a 49er. He will not play this weekend against the Cowboys. He was past a physical today here at the facility in Santa Clara. He's flying back to Denver to pack some stuff up, get his family. He'll be back here on Monday, and then the 49ers can enter their game against Cleveland the following week with Randy Gregory in tow. So big addition for the 49ers. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This is the most aggressive front office in football, and the hit rate is, well, with these trades, in-season trades, it has been damn near 100%. So bad day for a lot of people peddling some false narratives about the 49ers, because this is yet another big-time acquisition for a team at a very low cost. And obviously they're Super Bowl contenders this year, Super Bowl favorites right now. Those chances probably only go up with Randy Gregory on this football team. 240-pound pass rusher who can also set an edge against the run. Those guys are rare in this football league, especially guys who play with their hair on fire. And the 49ers believe that Gregory in there with Chris Kasarik and company can make a really, really positive impact opposite Nick Bosa and Javon Hargrave. It certainly is a good platform for any pass rusher to perform on. Randy Gregory is now going to have that chance with Kasarik, who already has such a great track record with trade acquisitions for the 49ers. Jordan Willis, Charles Omenihu, probably the most talented of all now. Randy Gregory joins the team.